Hello guys, good evening and welcome back once again to another crypto live session, and welcome to my YouTube channel here. It's Crypto with B, INB, and everything involves with B comes with Bitcoin. So before I start, just a short disclaimer: past performance does not guarantee future result. Whatever buying, selling recommendation for tonight is your diligent for investing into any kind of asset. Okay, so let me share my screen. Okay, so right, you can see my screen. Can you type one in the chat box? All right, so what is the expectation for this week crypto market outlook? Okay, there are a lot of uncertainty, and of course, there are a lot of havoc is going on for FTX and Solana as well. So as you know that there could be a major dump that is happening today itself. So 13 is the day that FTX will release the tokens. All right, they will most likely will be liquidate whatever token that they announced to the public. Okay, so will the price drops or will the price dump in more, or is the price already priced in before the event takes place? That is the thing that we're going to discuss for tonight. And of course, before that, we're going to look into this article here. So if you are into Arbitrum, the layer 2 scaling solution for Ethereum, right? Arbitrum is also under the Ethereum's umbrella, okay, where they provide cross-chain solution, okay? And of course, they are more into the Ethereum ecosystem compared to Polygon itself. So yeah, Arbitrum is definitely using Ethereum's ecosystem. And of course, they're actually reducing the gas fees as well. So what happened in the last few days? You can see Arbitrum price went to a new low. Okay, what is the reason behind and why our whales are actually dumping? Is the whales actually dumping, or they are actually manipulating the price so that they can able to scoop in more at a cheaper price? So right now, Arbitrum price is at about below 80 cents at the moment. I think it's about, last I saw was 77 cents. Okay, 77 cents, and my average buying price was about $1. So I think this could be an opportunity to actually look into Arbitrum. So Arbitrum also, you can see the use case and utility is very, very important in the Ethereum ecosystem, right? So why is it important? You can see Arbitrum has managed to maintain its place among top names in DeFi, okay, despite unfavorable conditions gripping the space this year itself. Okay, so what happened is that Arbitrum price tumbled to a new historical low of 74 cents. It is 74 cents at the moment, okay, since the 11th of September. Okay, so here, another reason for the dump, it could be also whales are doing their part as well, right? Most likely they could be dumping. Okay, so Arbitrum's latest price downturn has been associated with the increased market activity of Arbitrum whales in the last few days. Okay, right. So what happened is that 3 whales transferred about 10.23 million Arbitrum, worth about $8 million to BINANCE itself. So you can see a huge dumping, okay, that's happening. So I think Arbitrum only launched in the last three months ago. Okay, after Optimism launched, then Arbitrum launched. Okay, and you can see the popularity is switching towards from Optimism to Arbitrum. But of course, you can see a lot of stickers and of course a lot of token holders are actually clinging on into Arbitrum compared to Optimism. That's why you can see Arbitrum is still one of the favorite scaling solution for Ethereum under the layer 2 section. Okay, so you can see here the first whale reported about 3.8 million sold at a price of 77 cents. Okay, the second whale sold about 3.63 million at 83 cents. And then the last one was about 2.8 million Arbitrum at 79 cents. So this is what caused the price drop is could be these 3 whales. Okay. And then another possible reason for ARB price decline, you can see here, right, is the dwindling activity of the Arbitrum network. Okay. So while the chain continues to hold at its own prominent L2 network, it has been experiencing a steady decline in the total value locked. So the keyword here is TVL, total value locked. How much of token holders are actually locking their token? How many token holders are actually locking to stake in the ecosystem? Very, very important. So you can see what's happening now. There have been a steady decline in the TVL. That could also cause a drop in this price fall. Okay, all right. So yeah, you can see the chart here, ARB. Currently is, yeah, this was the last chart is on 11 September, it's at 74 cents. So later on, we will look into the technical analysis for ARB. So I believe ARB is still a long-term holding, as also ARB is one of my accumulation lists for this year and of course next year bull run as well. Okay, so Arbitrum Optimism is definitely a must hold, and of course is a must in your altcoin portfolio. Okay, so of course it's not financial advice, but you have to do your own due diligence. So I believe the ecosystem, the utility is quite important to Ethereum. Okay, so that's the first article. All right. Now moving on next, you can see all eyes on FTX and Solana, and of course Sam Bankman-Fried (SBF) is currently still in jail. Okay, as he failed to have another court hearing. Right, so the judge declined his what do you call his plea to have another bailout. And what happened is that he has to be remain in jail. Okay, and right now you can see this company FTX. There are a lot of fear in the market right now. Okay, and of course, people are having high expectation that FTX company will actually force to liquidate their current coin holdings. Okay, so FTX plans to liquidate about 200 million from its holding each week. But of course, if you are talking about FTX, I don't think they will be offloading their tokens one lump sum. Okay, they cannot afford to do that. What they can do is that they need to have an approval from the SEC in order for them to liquidate. So they will be liquidate one by one. Okay, so you can see right now the market is most likely to price in on before the 13th of September, which is today, right? 24 to 48 hours, you can see the market is pricing in. Price is pushing down. Okay, so that's why you can see most likely when FTX were to dump later, or maybe this afternoon in US time, right? You won't see the price impact that much. Okay, all right. So the crypto exchange that caused havoc in the industry a few months ago has once again made headlines. Okay, all right. So decoding FTX holdings. So you can see the holdings later, right? There are a lot of tokens that are going to liquidate. Okay, so approximately about $1.3 billion of liquid crypto asset. So one of the main holding is definitely Solana. So again, I ask you guys whether or not are you still holding Solana, and what is the game plan of holding Solana? Okay, what is your course to action? What is your game plan? If you are a token holder of Solana, if you are a believer of Solana, what is your moment of decision? Correct. So many hold because there are a lot of hype. Okay, many hold because the price is low and can continue to go all-time high. But what is the main reason here? And what is your game plan? Okay, so their main token holder is Solana, followed by BTC, ETH, Aptos, Doge, and the rest of it. So yeah, so if you're a Solana token holder, then I would say you should be cautious and concerned. Okay, but again here, not all cryptos have concern here. Okay, so through the liquidation has the potential to increase downward pressure. Not all assets have reasons for concern. So what you can see here for FTX, right, for BTC holding, especially currently worth about 353 million, it is only about 1%. Okay, and then looking on to Ethereum, Ripple, right, FTX holding accounted for nearly 1%. So the majority of the coin holder here is Solana. Okay, so Solana might experience greater sell-off pressure in the days to come. Okay, so FTX holding translates to more than 80% of Solana's weekly volume. Okay, so they are I think one of the biggest holders, and they are more responsible towards this dumping if this were to happen. Okay, so later on we will look into the technical analysis for Solana and see how the Solana is going to play out in the next following week. And of course, in terms of long term, and see whether or not is there any sustainable growth in the community as well. So very, very important is the developers, are they really active, or it is just a hype, okay, throughout this bearish month and then following next year after the halving. Okay, so yeah, so overall this is the outlook and what to expect. Okay, so if we move on into more deeper, okay, so this is the FTX digital asset holdings. Now currently top 10, you can see Solana is the number one. Okay, all right, so this is the market value at the moment. Okay, top one, and then BTC is about 560, right? So you can see here, FTX asset report was just released. This was on Wednesday itself. Okay, they will likely get approval to liquidate their 3.4 billion worth of crypto. Okay, so the highest one is 1.16 B for Solana, while the rest doesn't really affect that much. With BTC, it's only half a B. Okay, so followed by smaller coins like Ethereum, Aptos, Ripple, it's only like 300 million. Okay, so the main concern here is Solana. Okay, so what is your game plan later on, and how are you going to maneuver if your main portfolio is in Solana? It is Solana, then you have to be very concerned. All right. So yeah, later on we will move into the technical side. Okay, but I believe most likely for FTX, they would not liquidate the whole lump sum. Okay, definitely they cannot afford to liquidate lump sum, they will liquidate one by one. So they will most likely arrange with the SEC, okay, on how to proceed on the liquidation. So the liquidation, right, most likely is to savor back whatever losses the FTX occur. They're most likely to pay back the members. So I'm not sure how are they going to do that, but of course this is the next step that they're doing. Okay, so very, very important for this situation. Okay, moving on next, you can see. Okay, we can see right now the Bitcoin performance. Okay, since halving, before and after. So what is the expectation here? Right, so you can see here, this is by CryptoCon. Okay, especially this month, September alone, according to the historical data, right, usually the month of September is the worst performing month for crypto. So it is already expected. I've already mentioned to you guys that September, it is a good time to actually look to buy the dip or to look for opportunities. Altcoins, they are down already 90 to 95%. Some undervalued, have strong utility. This is a time where you want to take advantage. Okay, and then you can see here, once September is done, once you find the bottom or the market were to capitulate or to remain sideways after the dump, that's where October comes in. All right, historically, very bullish. Yep. So in the last few cycles, okay, you can see October month towards the end of the year, the Bitcoin market or crypto market start to pick back up again. And then maybe on November itself, there will be bring the turn around we did according to our performance since the halving date. So according to the historical halving dates, usually November, December, right? You can see already, right? The local tops have lined up so well, right? And now what's scheduled for price is a long sideways period and possibly a little more downside. Yep, already expected. So for this month alone, we should expect more bearish sentiment coming in, okay, to kill off both buyers and sellers, the bulls and the bears. That's why we need to see one last capitulation if there's any chance. Okay, so even if remain another more downside momentum, sideways movement ranging, and then by November and December itself, you can see the price start to pick back up because next year itself, the halving is about to take place. All right, which is April 2024. Okay, from January to March, there could be a season of SEC to approve the spot ETF. So that would actually ignite the bull run and they will actually create more momentum. Okay, so yeah, 2 more months to accumulate. Okay, that's what I'm also mentioning to you guys, even last year as well. 2023 is the year of accumulation. So what have you been doing, right? What have you been, are you still sitting on the sidelines? Okay, but because right now it is very, very important. All right, so you can see where are we now, September. Third halving already here. So we are somewhere here now. So you can see in the last historical data, October 2019, you can see what happened here, right? The thing spiked up on October. Okay, and then what you can see on 2016 March, okay, continuation sideways, and then suddenly after the halving, continue up again. Okay, so this is a cycle, a repeated cycle. Okay, so I believe you guys know the playbook very well, and I believe some of you guys have already started to accumulate some of the coins. Okay, so yeah, it is very, very important to take note, and your position, your timing, your position of your tokens or your dollar cost average, right? That is what matters, right? So yeah, I think some of you also have learned your lesson as well. Okay, not to dump in early of the year or not to dump in at one price. Okay, so from now on, I think it's better to do a dollar cost average at least every month. You DCA. That is the rule here. Okay, to actually accumulate. Okay, so this is the experience that I'm sharing with you guys. Okay, so I believe you guys can be able to, right, to use this as your experience. Okay, all right. So the next one you can see here. Okay, next. Okay, moving on next. This is also another reminder, especially you guys in crypto. What happened is that on 2020 March, so this guy bought at the bottom, obtained about 50 Bitcoins, life saving of 250,000. 6 months later, what happened is that there is a SIM swap situation. Right? I think the hackers have did a SIM swap, your SIM card being swapped by someone else, through the hacker. So it was all stolen, right, from my Coinbase account. So he reported to the police, hired a private investigator. They found the guy who did it. So no point, there's not enough evidence. So now he's regretting. So during this time, it is best to not to store in any exchange. Once you buy your coins, you need to self-custody. Okay, you really need to self-custody, because if you're going to live in an exchange, and with the exchange having issues like FTX, okay, so I think that's where the situation is going to be a liability for you. Okay, so immediately once you buy a coins, put it into the hardware wallet, or put it into MetaMask or whatever wallet, your own private wallet, which is possible. Okay, because you do not want your hard work, okay, your accumulation, your preparation go to waste just like that. Okay, so I've seen many like this. I'm even also a victim of being hacked as well. So I'm actually advising you guys to self-custody after once you purchase the coins on the exchange. So very, very important. Okay, so this is for you guys to take note. Now moving on next, actually, token 2049 have already launched. Today and tomorrow is an event. So unfortunately, I'm not able to attend today actually. So there's some important matters that I need to handle. So a very good event actually to participate, right? If you're seriously into crypto in this crypto industry, then I believe you guys should actually start going into these kind of events, because these are right attended by industry leaders. They are big investors, okay, token holders. Okay, so you can see today's agenda also. There are a lot of activities ongoing. Okay, so token 2049 is one of the major events in all crypto space. I believe most of the big players are there also. Okay, big time investors are there. Okay, so today and tomorrow, we have a lot of speakers. Right, we're talking about artificial intelligence, Web3, so many topics. Right, even though it's a paid event, but it's good to learn. So never ever disencourage yourself just because it's a paid event. So you're actually investing in yourself to learn. Okay, so I believe next year, after the halving, I will expect you guys to actually participate in these kind of events, because this is really, really good. Okay, all these are very educational. Okay, it's good for you guys to enhance your knowledge in this crypto space. Okay, so it's token 2049. Now, very important also looking into Solana. So Solana, what is happening here in the on-chain metrics is the token being unlocked at the moment. So currently right now, upcoming events, you can see Solana, 149 days, there will be a token unlock. So as for now, there's no token unlock. Okay, there's no activity right now. Okay, so at the moment, the token activity is quiet. Okay, there is no dumping at all, right? As you can see. Now, moving on into the DeFi Llama, you can see here. So DeFi Llama, total value lock for Solana, you can see. What is the current situation now? The total value lock right now is only 300 M. So you can see what's happening now. It's been stagnant, remains stagnant. I think 1 whole year, I think. Okay, so not much of activity or development. I think most people are actually losing more faith to Solana, or probably this could be also another bear market factor. Okay, where there's not much of interest coming in for the Solana ecosystem. Okay, and then of course we can see also, like, we can also compare chains in DeFi Llama. So speaking of Arbitrum, okay, what is really happening right now? Right, since the whales are actually dumping, right? You can see Arbitrum versus Optimism. Okay, you can see here, Arbitrum is on the green side here, the green line. Their total value lock is even more than Optimism. Okay, you can see that it's currently at 1.69 B. Compared to Optimism, is about 651 million. That is like more than half of the Optimism total value lock. Okay, and you can see the popularity is shifting towards Arbitrum side. More and more people are moving into Arbitrum compared to Optimism. So before Arbitrum launch, most of the token or developers are moving into Optimism, are only developing into Optimism as the cross-chain solution for Ethereum L2. But since Arbitrum came in as a competitor to Optimism, where they introduced more infrastructure, more development and innovation, right? So when you have a competitor, of course, they will enhance their technology. So that's why you can see the popularity is shifting towards Arbitrum side. So yeah, so everything is moving to Arbitrum. And of course, if you look at the chains right now, you can see here. Currently, Arbitrum is sitting at number 4 compared to Optimism. So you can see the difference here, the layer 2 scaling solution for Ethereum. So Arbitrum is still the leading indicator for the L2 side compared to Optimism. All right, so number 1 is still Ethereum, you can see here. All right, so this is the key area to take note on the development from the community, right, and the GitHub developers as well. right? So if you want to know, this is where you need to track DeFiLlama.com. Okay. All right. Now moving on next, I can see here for cryptocurrency market cap currently around 1.04 trillion. Okay, currently Bitcoin is sitting around 26.1. So yesterday we had a relief rally, right? I think the low was around 25.2, 25.2. Finally rallied all the way up to 26.7. So now we are hovering around 26.1. And then Ethereum slightly below 1.6. Okay, so down about 1.77 in the last 7 days. Any gainers for today? Not much gainers. You can see here, Toncoin 9.95% compound, another DeFi protocol 9.57%, VeChain right 7.2, MakerDAO 4.1. Right, we have Aptos as well at 3.16. Now any losers for today? A-Star, all right, under the Polkadot network 9.34%, Stellar at 7.71, ICP 3.15. Okay, so yeah, so all in all, you can see here, currently I think the market is taking a breather again, taking a correction right after this situation. So let's see, is there any recovery plan end of this month? So we have to pay attention to all these altcoins that are already dumping. Okay, right? Some of it are dumping quite huge, like Curve Down, also still dumping. Okay, you can see Gala Games also still dumping 11%. Right, Render Protocol is up about 10% in the last 7 days. Okay, so later on we can look into this. So Avalanche 9.23 below $10 is a huge deal actually to actually get your hands on this type of points. Now moving on to technical side. So if you have any altcoin that you want me to look at, feel free to put in the chat box and I will discuss it in the session once I end my stream or before the stream. Okay, so Bitcoin dominance, where are we now? So the dominance right now you can see currently the setup it is still uptrend. Okay, so the resistance to beat is this level here. Okay, 551.27. Right, this is your buyback zone. Okay, around the 48.45. Okay, your next resistance will be here at 53%. Then moving on to weekly. So the weekly candlestick. Okay, candlestick change of direction from buy to sell. So we have a change of direction from buy to sell. There could be a selling opportunity right now that's happening for the dominance here. So again, this could be a lower high compared to the previous high. And then if we see a drop, then most likely alts will continue to rally from there. Now the dominance on the daily is looking bullish here. Looks set to close past the top BB. So if we can able to close past this level here for today, then it will be very bullish and to continue to rally again. So the next level definitely will be 51.27. Okay, so overall dominance is bullish at the moment. Now, Ethereum against Bitcoin. Okay. Now, Ethereum against Bitcoin, what you can see on the monthly time frame. Monthly now is still looking bearish. The next support, you might retest back at here, 0.05797. And then your support will be here at 0.05358. Okay, 0.0358. So looking onto the weekly time frame. Now the weekly now is still collapsing, still downtrend, but you can see this is a descending channel. It's a flag pattern here is formed. Okay, flag pattern. So whenever you see this descending channel, there could be a high chance where the market might actually break towards the upside. So again, another patient game is waiting here. So whether to break up or to continue is low. So if continue is low, then this level will be playing here around this support here. Okay, it might come down here to retest. So this could be very dangerous for Ethereum against Bitcoin. So especially if we are altcoin holders, we will be more concerned if the price were to come back and to retest back here. This will be the psychological level if the price were to go down there. Then on the daily time frame, you can see setup on the daily also is bearish. Okay, breaking towards the downside. You can see here already momentum sell. Okay, momentum sell. It is bearish. This will be the next support here to maintain at 0.06074. Okay, so it continues to hit lower, then this will be the scary part here for alts to bid more. Okay, H4 also is breaking towards the downside. So at the moment, Ethereum altcoins is weakening against BTC at the moment. Okay, looking on to Bitcoin. All right, so BTC. Okay, right now, what is happening now for BTC? So currently, right now, BTC is just sitting above the buy zone. Okay, at 26.1. So it needs to quickly break back above the middle band here. At least on the 27K. 27K it needs to break above. Looking onto the weekly time frame, right? You can see the weekly time frame. One thing is that the price maintained very well. at this level of support. So it went to a low of 24.9, and then finally it reversed back up, creating another reversal candle here. So this week, very, very important. Can this week create a green candle or not? Because last 3 to 4 weeks, we have a bearish candle, and we have a harsh rejection here. So if this week can create a reversal candle, and to at least retest back on the sell zone, okay, this will be very bullish to reverse back towards the upside at the 27.5K, this level here, very important. Then, of course, to challenge back the middle band here at 27.9. Okay, so all these we have to take note for this week. But what you can see on the daily time frame. So the daily now for this week, for today, if the candlestick can close above the middle band here, right? So this will be around 26K. You can close above 26K, there could be a chance of a candlestick change of direction from sell to buy. So next level to retest definitely this level here at the top BB. So this top BB will give you around 27.1. Okay, it might continue to rally back around here for the next day if the price were to close above here. So there could be a chance of a rally again. So at the moment, you can see on the H4 time frame, price is still consolidating around this resistance level here. We have a previous resistance here. Okay, so this one was around 26.2. Right, you can see price closing inside the Bollinger Band. Price also rejecting at the sell zone. So we have to wait. Okay, can you able to close above this zone? Okay, this previous resistance here at the 26.259. Okay, 26.259, closing above there, then most likely might see another break towards the upside. So that's a BDC. Okay, so that is BDC. Now moving on next to the, okay, for alts, you can see here. All right, let's look at Ethereum also. So Ethereum, you can see here. So Ethereum is breaking down, okay, below the middle band, but it's hovering at the buy zone. So the next level of support, you might look at also somewhere around, okay, this level also can be playing out at 1197. Okay, 1197 could be very dangerous there for Ethereum. So far, there's no reversal candle compared to BTC, still a bearish candle here. Okay, so which is why you can see it's retesting all this previous support. Okay, 1513. And then your daily candlestick here, you can see the price is doing what? Momentum sell, go back for the re-entry sell. So short-term pullback. The short-term pullback will give you around 1623. So the re-entry sell here, right? Most likely Ethereum might trace back here. Then maybe it could be a rejection and then another drop again. So that's my take for Ethereum's technical side. Okay, then of course you can see on H4 also it's looking bearish, still rejecting at the sell zone there. Okay, still rejecting at the sell zone. Now let's look at Solana. So Solana have a lot of uncertainty now. How is Solana going to play out? So I actually convert the Solana into our altcoin accumulation list to another token. All right, I substitute Solana for Torchain Wood, and it finally paid off with that substitution. Okay, so of course, I do not want to have another Terra Luna situation, so which is why I avoid Solana for this year accumulation list. But let's say if you are already hold Solana, what is the market outlook right now? What is your game plan? So let's say if you are a token holder right now, okay, you are concerned on the price decline. So your next low will be around 9.79. This was on 1st December bottom. Okay, there could be a chance of retrace back here. Okay. Okay, and then of course the previous resistance also was here. So this was around 4.83. So 4.83, 9.79 will be a crucial level for Solana to retest. Okay. Okay, so let's see how is this thing going to play out. Then on the, okay, this is in the buy zone, still hovering in the buy zone. Okay, and then on the weekly time frame, you can see also the weekly is doing what? Okay, the weekly here, okay, you can see the price is actually declining towards the downside, breaking below the middle band. So you know that the trend is downtrend. Okay, the trend is actually downtrend at the moment. Okay, still heading down. There's no sign of reversal yet. Now on daily, momentum sell. So there could be a chance of a moment pullback here at 18.94 for Solana itself. So overall, it's still bearish. Okay, H4 now is bottoming out. Let's see. So if you're planning to long Solana, how are you going to buy, let's say? Okay. So you can always use this. So from the top, this bottom here, So your next level will be around the 0.236. That will be around the 17.32 level. Okay, so it's exactly touching around this level here. Okay, but let's say we continue slower. Okay, continue slower, then most likely it will be playing out around this range here. Okay, so this range will be around 14.57 to 10.22. All right, 10.22. Okay, so that is Solana for you. So yeah, overall you can see the market is already bearish, it's already down. So I think it is already down for quite some time here. All-time high is at what, $300 here. 267. So taking to a low now, currently it's at 93%. So your risk to reward of buying, yeah, maybe the buying could be greater reward rather than the risk. But due to the uncertainty, okay, you might take a gamble here. Okay, but anyway, it is better to focus on other coins that have also give such importance to the ecosystem. The other coin as well can be the next potential of Solana. So your question here, for example, you say next year is bull run. What if the market was sudden downturn below 20K? Then would you consider going to DCA back, old coin or find new coin? So of course, you can see here. So this year is for you guys to accumulate. But let's say the spot ETF does not happen, and maybe there is another black swan event or financial crisis or whatever thing that happened. Then of course, yeah, you might want to have some dry powder. It's because anything can happen. But according to the playbook right now, what you can see right now with the current sentiment in the Bitcoin market, spot ETF is on the way. Whether you like it or not, the SEC will have to approve the spot ETF from Up Invest, BlackRock. Okay, the first one in line is Up Invest. It's on 10th of January. So the SEC cannot delay anymore. They have already running out of option. Okay, even if they delay, BlackRock is next. That is happening on the March. So they cannot afford already. That was the last option. So by hook or crook, they have to approve. So when that spot ETF will approve, then of course definitely you will see Bitcoin going to 6-figure. And when Bitcoin goes to 6-figure, you know altcoins will do what next, right? You've already seen the past performance. But of course, past performance does not guarantee future result. But again, the expectation here is quite high, quite promising. Okay, and then since you already DCA this coin that you posted, should you consider going in more, the old coin? Well, I say if you planning to go more into the old coin, make sure it is around top 10, top 20. So of course, Matic, yeah, definitely, because the utility is very important. And of course, you have also survived in the last bear market as well. So you want to pick coins that have been weathered through the storm previously. You don't want to buy something that is still new and is still young in the market. Okay, because you are actually buying and accumulating. Okay, and you're actually preparing for this year bull run. Okay, very important. So you don't want to buy coins that have high risk, high exposure, especially like in coins like Pepe, and then there's a recent run called Banana. Okay, so if you are going all these type of coins, make sure you have some spare cash that you can afford to use. Because if you're gonna go in based on your life saving, then that's on you. Correct. So yeah, so that's the expectation, the worst case scenario, right? If you expect the market to go down 20K, below 20K next year. Right? Because if the market will go down back to 20K, that could be another reason where maybe the market could have another COVID 2.0, right? Where it could be another shutdown again, which I believe it will be very, very unlikely. Okay, because this thing has already passed. So I think most likely the market will be stabilized and the Federal Reserve from Jerome Powell will stop the interest rate hike. I think this will be the last two already. I mean, November itself will be the last to increase their interest rate hike. And then from there, you might see a soft landing. And then more printing will come as well. What is your view? ISO point, there's so many. Okay, because I have about less than 5 minutes. Okay, so yeah, Algorand, yeah, if you talk about Ripple is currently under the lawsuit by SEC. So if you're planning to hold, all right, so make sure you that you holding your holdings that you can able to afford to lose. Because I believe Ripple also is most likely to be promising once they fully win the lawsuit. Okay, but again, it's not in my accumulation list for this year as well. But if you look at Algorand, right? Algorand, near protocol. Okay, Hedera hash graph also is quite promising for this year. Okay, but because there are too many altcoins, right, in the market, but I only short this for this year accumulation list. So yeah, like Algorand, near protocol, okay, is one of them. And then there are so many security coin. You can see their privacy coin also that you listed here by Hafiz. So yeah, we can go, yeah, maybe one or two here out of your list. So let's look at Hedera hash graph, H bar here. Hedera hash graph. Okay, so Hedera hash graph all-time high is at 58 cent, and now it's at 4.8 cent. They're down about 92%. So yeah, of course, right now you can see, look at the risk to reward here. The reward is much greater if you're actually planning to long or to actually accumulate. Yeah, because I believe this is the best time to actually accumulate those coins that you believe in. They have the ecosystem and technology. So far, this was a low at 3.5 cents. It was on the 1st December itself. It was bottom around here. So let's look at the weekly time frame. Weekly time frame again is still bearish, still downtrend. So your next low will be here, around this level at 3.5 cents, 0.037. Okay. So price is actually bearish on the weekly time frame, still below the middle band. Okay. Looking onto the daily time frame, right? You can see here, currently the daily, right, is still downtrend momentum, sell, pullback for the re-entry, is still heading down. There's no sign of double bottom. But on H4, you can see price already breaking up. So there's a momentum buy here. So every momentum, there's always a pullback. So if you're planning to long again, H bar, maybe back around the buy zone here at 0.047, right, for a pullback. So maybe you might want to accumulate back here if the price could drop back here. Okay. So far on weekly, let's see, right? So let's see if you're planning to use the FIBO, okay, taking from the high to this low. Okay. So if you're planning to long, this is your area, 0.236, right? So it's exactly here, 0.048. So you can actually, yeah, according to the Fibonacci here, right, it's a good area to actually long, okay, or to accumulate on spot if you want. So H bar, yeah, good area to actually accumulate or to long if you want. Okay, but do beware because the month of September again, maybe there could be one more last drop or one more calculation. So that's my take here. But overall, the risk to reward of buying is okay, right? Okay, so thank you once again, guys, for your time and question. It's been an effective session. I'm going to go three of you here. So once again, guys, thank you for the time. And I will see you in the next live session next Wednesday again. Take care and good night, guys. See you. All right, thanks. Good night.